Let's be honest, this isn't something we bring up at dinner. But after 60, gas just seems to sneak in and stay. It's not always what you eat. Sometimes it's when, how, or even why your body is changing with age. You're not alone. Millions of older adults silently struggle with bloating, burping, and belly pressure. The good news? It's not your fault, and it's not permanent. Once you know the real causes, you can take back control. If you're ready to stop blaming the beans and start fixing your gut, hit subscribe, tap like, and share this with a friend over 60. Relief is possible, and it starts with knowing what your body is really telling you, talking while eating. Chewing gum, drinking through straws, even poor-fitting dentures. These small, everyday habits can cause you to swallow more air than your digestive system can handle. It's called aerophagia, and it's one of the most overlooked reasons people over 60 experience bloating, burping, and uncomfortable gas. While the word sounds technical, the fix is often simple, and it starts with how you eat, not what you eat. As we age, our digestion naturally slows, and our gut becomes more sensitive to changes in pressure. When too much air enters the digestive tract, it doesn't just vanish. It builds up, creating that familiar tight, inflated feeling in the belly, and often escaping in awkward or even painful ways. This kind of trapped air isn't caused by broccoli or beans. It's caused by air being swallowed without you realizing, then getting stuck in a gut that's less flexible than it used to be. Researchers and gastroenterologists who study digestion in older adults have found that even something as innocent as sipping hot tea through a straw or popping a mint while chatting can create tiny air pockets in the stomach. Over time, those pockets can stretch the gut, irritate nerves, and trigger more bloating than food ever could. For those wearing dentures, a poor fit can allow air to slip in during chewing or swallowing, adding to the problem without any warning. Mindful eating can dramatically reduce this. That means sitting down, chewing slowly, pausing between bites, and avoiding conversation during meals. Not because chatting is bad, but because talking while chewing makes it harder to coordinate swallowing properly. Taking smaller bites and drinking from a glass rather than a straw can also reduce excess air intake. And if gum or hard candy is a regular habit, doctors often recommend cutting back or switching to sugar-free lozenges that dissolve quietly without constant chewing. Breathing patterns play a role too. Shallow breathing, especially during stress or rushed meals, leads to more air being gulped. Breathing deeply and calmly through your nose instead of your mouth can ease digestion and help your diaphragm support the natural rhythm of your gut. One small study showed that people who practiced mindful eating and breathing during meals experienced a significant reduction in gas and bloating within just a week. It may feel strange to think about how you eat instead of what you eat, but for many older adults, it's the missing link to a quieter, more comfortable belly. Aerophagia doesn't require medicine or drastic diet changes. It simply requires awareness. And for those who've been silently struggling with unexplained gas, this quiet fix might bring the biggest relief of all. After 60, your body naturally produces fewer digestive enzymes, especially the ones that help break down fats, dairy, and proteins. These enzymes are like little scissors that snip food into smaller, absorbable pieces. Without them, your food lingers in the digestive tract longer than it should, where it starts to ferment. And that fermentation? It's one of the biggest causes of bloating, burping, and gas in older adults. This isn't about eating too much. It's about your gut not having the tools it used to. You could be eating a perfectly healthy meal, but if your stomach isn't making enough lipase for fats, protease for proteins, or lactase for dairy, that meal can turn into a bloated, gassy mess by the time it reaches your colon. This change in enzyme production is normal with age, but it often goes unnoticed until the symptoms become too uncomfortable to ignore. That's where digestive enzyme supplements come in. These over-the-counter aids gently support your body's natural digestion by giving it the enzymes it no longer makes in abundance. Taken just before or during a meal, they help break down food more efficiently, which means fewer undigested particles lingering in the gut. And that means less fermentation, less gas, and less discomfort. Many seniors who try enzyme supplements for the first time report an immediate difference. Meals feel lighter, bloating decreases, and that uncomfortable post-meal pressure or fullness becomes less frequent. Some even find they can tolerate small amounts of dairy again when taking a supplement that includes lactase. You don't need anything extreme or expensive. Look for a broad-spectrum digestive enzyme that includes lipase, protease, amylase for carbs, and lactase. These cover the basics of what most meals require. If you have trouble with beans or high-fiber foods, some enzyme blends also include alpha-galactosidase, which helps break down complex plant sugars. Of course, not every digestive issue will be fixed with enzymes, but for many aging adults, it's a low-risk, high-reward step toward comfort and better nutrient absorption. And when your gut breaks food down properly, your whole body benefits, from your energy levels to your immune system. As always, talk to your doctor before starting any new supplement, especially if you're on medications. But for many people, over 60, adding digestive enzymes is like giving your gut a gentle assist, one that makes every bite of food feel a little easier and a lot more comfortable. Fiber is one of the best things you can eat for gut health. But for older adults, more isn't always better right away. In fact, suddenly increasing your fiber intake can do more harm than good, especially after 60, when your digestive system naturally slows down. Here's why. Fiber isn't digested in the stomach. Instead, it passes into your colon, where it's fermented by gut bacteria. This fermentation process creates gas, which is normal, but if your gut isn't used to that much fiber, the result can be anything but comfortable. Bloating, cramping, pressure, and excessive gas are common side effects when fiber is added too quickly or in large amounts. As we age, the gut's ability to process and move food through the digestive tract weakens. Transit time slows down. Enzyme production drops. And the population of good bacteria in your gut, the ones that thrive on fiber, often isn't as diverse or robust as it once was. So when you suddenly dump a load of bran cereal, beans, or raw veggies into the system, it can feel like your gut is under siege. That doesn't mean fiber is bad. Quite the opposite. Fiber is essential for regular bowel movements, blood sugar, control, heart health, and feeding your healthy gut bacteria. But the key is to introduce it gradually. Start with small servings of fiber-rich foods like cooked vegetables, oats, lentils, or chia seeds. Cooked options are easier on your digestive system than raw ones. Once your body adjusts, you can slowly increase portion sizes or add more types of fiber, like whole grains and legumes. And don't forget water. Fiber absorbs fluid as it moves through your system. Without enough water, that bulk can become dry and sluggish, making constipation and discomfort worse. Think of fiber like a sponge. It needs hydration to move smoothly. Aim to drink at least 6 to 8 cups of water per day, especially as you increase fiber. Some seniors find that spreading fiber throughout the day, rather than loading it all into one meal, helps reduce symptoms. A little fiber at breakfast, lunch, and dinner gives your gut time to adapt without feeling overwhelmed. It's also worth noting that not all fibers are the same. Soluble fiber, like that found in oats, apples, and carrots, is gentler on the gut and slows digestion, while insoluble fiber, found in wheat bran and raw greens, adds bulk, but can be more irritating if introduced too fast. Bottom line, fiber is a powerful ally in healthy aging, but it's a long game, not a sprint. Introduce it slowly, hydrate well, and give your gut time to catch up. Your digestion will thank you. As we age, our gut health naturally begins to decline. Fewer good bacteria, slower digestion, and more discomfort after meals. But nature has given us a powerful, simple tool to fight back. Probiotic-rich foods. Fermented foods like kefir, plain yogurt, sauerkraut, kimchi, miso, and kombucha are packed with live beneficial bacteria, the kind that help rebalance your gut and crowd out the gas-producing inflammatory bugs that tend to take over with age. These good bacteria support smoother digestion, reduce bloating, and even help regulate bowel movements, which can become more unpredictable after 60. Unlike probiotic pills, these foods also offer enzymes, amino acids, and micronutrients, all of which assist in breaking down food more efficiently. This matters because after 50 or 60, your body produces fewer digestive enzymes, leading to slower breakdown of fats, proteins, and lactose. That's one reason seniors often feel full, bloated, or gassy, even after a modest meal. Fermented foods help bridge that gap, giving your system the support it needs naturally, and there's more. Studies show that fermented foods can reduce gut inflammation, improve immune response, and even support brain health through the gut-brain connection, all critical areas for older adults. When your microbiome is balanced, everything from digestion to mood can improve. Here's how to incorporate them gently and effectively. Start small. A few spoonfuls of sauerkraut, a half cup of plain yogurt, or a splash of kefir is enough to start repopulating your gut. Too much too fast can cause gas at first. So go slow. Choose unsweetened and unprocessed versions. Many commercial yogurts and drinks are loaded with sugar, which can cancel out the benefits and feed the wrong bacteria. Rotate your sources. Each fermented food offers different strains of bacteria. Variety helps build a more diverse and resilient microbiome. Eat them. Daily consistency is key. These are living organisms, and regular intake helps them stay and thrive in your gut. Remember, probiotic supplements can still help, especially after antibiotics or digestive illness. But food-based sources are gentler, more complete, and often more effective for seniors with sensitive systems. By adding just 1 or 2 servings of fermented foods to your daily meals, you can help restore balance to your gut and ease the bloating, gas, and discomfort that often come with aging. It's a small habit with big body-wide benefits. Avoid skipping meals or long gaps between eating. 450 words. As we age, our appetite often changes. We may eat less, snack less, or even skip meals without thinking much of it. But going too long without food can quietly wreak havoc on your digestive system. When there are long gaps between meals, your gut slows down. The stomach begins to fill with swallowed air, stomach acid builds up, and undigested food lingers in the digestive tract. This often leads to bloating, gas, pressure, and that uncomfortable balloon belly feeling, especially for those over 60, whose digestion naturally becomes less efficient. The problem isn't just how much you eat, it's how regularly. A slower metabolism and reduced gut motility mean that your digestive system relies more on gentle consistency to keep things moving. Long breaks between meals allow food to sit in the gut longer than it should, where it starts to ferment and produce gas. For seniors already prone to constipation or sluggish digestion, this can make symptoms even worse. It also increases the risk of air swallowing, especially if you're very hungry by the time you finally eat. Eating quickly or in larger portions after long fasting periods often means taking in more air, which only adds to the bloating and discomfort. The solution: smaller, more frequent meals. Here's how to ease your digestion and avoid uncomfortable gas. Aim for 3 meals and 1 to 2 light snacks a day. You don't need large portions, just regular intake to keep your gut gently working. Include easy-to-digest foods like oatmeal, cooked vegetables, ripe fruit, and lean proteins. These fuel your system without overloading it. Don't wait until you're starving. Listen to early hunger cues. If you're not feeling hungry at all, try a light broth or smoothie, just to wake up the gut. Stay hydrated. Sipping warm water or herbal tea between meals helps digestion and prevents constipation, which can also contribute to gas buildup. If you've been told that eating less is better as you age, remember, it's not about eating a lot. It's about eating consistently. Small, well-timed meals help regulate blood sugar, reduce gas, and support regular bowel movements. By treating your digestive system like the slow, steady engine it becomes with age, you'll feel less bloated, more energized, and more in control. Your gut doesn't need a feast. It just needs a rhythm.